So here we are, today's walk, guys. We're on Big Moor. Certainly looks big, doesn't it? So today's about an 8-mile circular. I parked up just down there at the crossroads and walked up the road, so I didn't film that. But we're headed off to several stone circles. There's 5 on what's called Barbrook, which basically runs up here. 5 sites, a couple of stone circles, some funerary cairns, that sort of thing. So we head off to the first one now, and then we're also going to include a medieval Waymarker cross like we did last week on Leash Fen, which I think is the second one that's in the Peak District. So we're going to head off down here along this route, and I'll catch up with you when we get to the first one. I think we can see potentially what is Storm Aisha coming through there. So when I left the house this morning, well, earlier on, about an hour ago, not a drop of wind at all, but gradually it's getting more and more. I have brought the Barbrook one, as I believe a couple of these sites might well be sheltered, but if not, I doubt I'll be using that. But yeah, you can hear the wind starting to pick up. See the clouds. I think we've got a amber or yellow weather warning on today from about midday today, which it is about now, through to midday tomorrow. Wind's really going up about 6 to 8 o'clock tonight. At the moment it's a bit blowy, I'd say, nothing more than that. But yeah, lots of these rocks and stuff over here. This site, this area, whole area, is a hotbed of Neolithic and Bronze Age activity. And I found a really good map the other day, so I'll put that up just so you can see. It shows you all the sites and where they're more concentrated and how they're linked. So really interesting stuff. But for now, we'll carry along this track, and the first one is off to the right. Here we are, first stone circle on Barbrook. As you can hear from the wind, there's going to be no point putting the Barbrook one up. Here's a big stone. Let's try the old thing out. Possibly. But yeah, so this is about 4,000 years old. They suspect it was built around 2000 BC, just on the cusp of Neolithic to Bronze Age. On digs in this area they've found funerary bits, even the remains of a child. So they suspect a lot of it was probably around that sort of ritual, but I'll find a lot more information. But yeah, there's a good map of this, I'll put that up. But it's getting quite blowy now. But yeah, 4,000 years old, this. A lot of Bronze Age activity in this area, quite a lot of cairns. There's a bit up here we're going to go to, and then there's another bit just a bit further up where they've incorporated one into a stone wall as well. But yeah, someone's made an offering here, you can see. There's some flowers on there. So we'll head up here now to this bit, see what this is. Looks like some sort of mound. And I think these ones up there, from what my understanding is, I think I can see it over there. But yeah, they always seem to be in these lovely spaces, look, you know, high up. Lots of views. From this one, you can see down to Gordon Edge. And apparently, on a clear day, you can see Minninglow, which is probably one of these clumps of trees over in that direction, about 12 miles away. We've been up there on a previous video. What I'll do, I'll put a link up to my playlist of all the stone circles I've been to. But this is another structure here, path going off there which probably leads to the one at the north. But again, this could be some sort of barrow or something, couldn't it? But there is a stone circle been incorporated into a wall. Whether that's this one, I think this might just be a cairn, but by the looks of the size of it, probably a funerary cairn. But we'll head off here now. I follow that path there, that goes to the next one, and then we'll head off back down to the track. So here we are, walking back through time 4,000 years ago. I wonder what the landscape looked like then, whether it was like this. I suspect a lot more trees and forest. But again, I'll do a bit of digging, because it's always interesting to know what it was like then. Because people obviously lived up here. They had some, you know, very basic agriculture. So it'd be interesting to see, you know, or learn about that. So I'll try and find some information out. But we'll follow this, because I think this one's just north of here, about 200 metres. So I think that's that over there. But I'll catch up with you when I get there. Another cairn there, lots of cairns in this area. You can see the shape of it there. Probably a funerary one again. Potentially, I guess, navigation, but I think a lot of these were, you know, some sort of history. I can see the other one in the distance there. Yeah, another one here. See it there. This wind's starting to pick up quite quickly, so I brought the Hover X1, but I don't think that's going to be much use today. I'll be over on Topley Moss, which I think is what that is over there. You've got to love it up. Look at this. This is a circle, but it's been incorporated into a wall. So this, I think, is Barbrook II, can't be 100% certain, I'll put it all up. This is the stone circle, you can see the stones, it's been incorporated into a wall. So yeah, this is really fascinating. Yeah, this is a perfect circle. Again, 2000 BC. So yeah, we're going to stand in the middle. You can see the stones that have been incorporated into the wall, here, here. And as you go around, you can see the ones that have been stood up and then been built into the wall. Not sure if that's the main stone. I think so, because if you look again at the profile, that's not dissimilar, is it? They always seem to be edged like that. Fascinating. Again, I'll put more info up. We're going to head down now, back onto the main path, so over that way onto the main track, which goes up there, a little reservoir I think. But yeah, stunning, especially with that sun. So that's the second of them. It's a slightly different route because this cuts to the main path anyway. This path here. This all here is an old field system. Again, going back to probably Neolithic and Bronze Age. So there'll have been some cultivation up here now. When you look at it now, you think, what could you cultivate up here? But again, I'll do some digging because the landscape was probably quite different then. So I'll do some more research and then get back on it. But this wind really is starting to pick up by the minute. Starting to blow me around a little bit. So, but don't you just love it? Nice bleak weather. I've seen two people who'd walked up from the car park just to go to that stone circle. But there's another one up here as well, further up. And then we're going to go over to a, like I say, a medieval, got my words today, so I've had a stroke or something, a medieval Waymarker cross. And then we might stop there for a brew and a catch up, a little chat. Got some exciting news for you. If you don't follow me on Facebook or Twitter or anything, you probably won't know, but I'll update you when I get there. A little bit of a mini reservoir here, but you can see, like, I came out of the house this morning, it was 9 degrees, you can still see the ice sitting on a very thin sheet of ice. So with the wind chill and everything else, you're probably not much above freezing up here, I bet. But yeah, we'll take a couple of photos and then we'll shoot down there, and the track we're following goes around the edge of this. What a cute little bridge. A little Barbrook this is. Running down there into that little pool. You can't see it, but I took a picture of that tree in the distance. I'll try and zoom in. There's a whole herd of deer. Quite a few stags in there, at least 4 or 5. So that's quite cool. Just got a spot down the horizon. That's why it's always good to keep your eyes out. Don't just keep looking down the path. Although, you know, don't fall over either. But yeah, good to see that. They're all watching me. They still are. There's a big stag there as well, but I've got a couple of close-up shots of that. Hopefully they come out all right. I have a little bridge here, and these are all pack horse routes through the moors. We'll tell you more about that sort of history when we get up to Ladies Cross. Still got another stone circle to get to yet. An old pit there. Don't think that's used anymore, is it? Now that's a place to live there, isn't it? You really are in the wilds here. I'd love that. I think the most remote place I've ever lived is Shetland. That was a bit grim at times. And then we lived in Barbrook, me and the missus, for a while. There wasn't a lot there, but it was great. Absolutely beautiful. But yeah, we continue to follow this path here around the side of this house, and there's like a little reservoir, I think, or some sort of site. That's still Barbrook, I think. Running down there. We're going to follow it around and up. Here's the other stone circle. Not as well marked out. You see the path here. And the stones there. That was a bit off towards what was shown on the map, to be honest, but you can see the stones here. Yeah. One ran it 3 times at midnight, and the devil up here and all that malarkey. But yeah, I can see it now. So glad I went on a site and pinpointed the grid references, because if you sort of judged it on the Ordnance Survey map, it was a little bit off. Well, the other side of the path, to be honest. But yeah, you can see the stones quite visible now. This track here. Again, look at the views. See the weather coming in. See over to, I think that might be Minninglow on the horizon. It's like a copse of trees. It's well worth a visit. There's a Bronze Age bowl barrows, Roman history, chambered tombs. The best chambered tombs I've ever been to are the ones on Orkney. They are just absolutely amazing. But yeah, so that's Barbrook III. See over towards Chesterfield and Sheffield, that sort of direction. But yeah, the weather's starting to change a little bit. I can imagine I'll be in a bit of rain by the time I get to the end. There's a path here, if I've noticed that coming off. But on the map they're shown to the left. So you'll see that from the track when I put the route up. Anyway, we're heading up to the road, across the road and back along. You can see White Edge over there. So yeah, nice little walk. I think it's about 8 miles or so. The original route I did go over through some woodland, but I just came up the road in the end. It was a bit quicker. But yeah, we're going to head up here now. It's that open vista there. We've come up through that gap down there. But yeah, bit of rain now starting to come through, so I think this storm's starting to pick up a bit of pace. We'll be in it in a bit, hopefully. I can't beat a bit of wind and rain and shit. Anyway, we're meant to go on the road here with a path here, so I'll try and stay off road as much as I can. These roads can be quite God, my words, can be quite busy. So yeah, you can hear that wind now. Probably about 25-30 mile an hour, I guess. I could get my wind speed thing out, but I took it out the other day, and to be honest with you, it didn't appear to be that accurate. So I'll see if I can get it calibrated somehow. But yeah, anyway, onwards towards Ladies Cross. Just see the top of Higator in the distance. I was up there a couple of months back, I think it was, to the Iron Age Hill Fort to Carl's Walk. That was quite cool. Quite a lot of history over there as well. Just trying to think which path, whether that's the one we're going to be on. I'm not sure now. I shall check the map. That, what do you call a fucking molehill, mate? But that was a big one. Still frozen here, so you can see probably not thawed out up here yet with a wind chill and whatever. I'm glad this path's here. That would have been a nightmare. But yeah, there's a brook here. Look at that, coming under that bridge. That'll make a cracking shot. Well, I managed to stay off a road there. But up here, I think you can just see the cross at the top of the hill. So I'll catch up with you when we get there. I saw a bird down there, not sure what it was. Quite a rare, look, like a very small game bird with quite a flash of white on its wing bars, so we'll check that out. Anyway, up to the top here. So here we are, Ladies Cross. Another one of these medieval Waymarker crosses, although not a lot left. I reckon it would have stood as high as 2 metres. And as the guys come across the pack horse routes, they'd have been really happy to see this. And the earliest recorded entry of this is around 1208, so you know, sort of 13th century. A lot of these were built between the 9th and 15th centuries. That's what when they were built. The bulk of them, as I mentioned on the previous video, are in Devon and Cornwall, so it's quite rare to find these. There's a couple up here, this one and the one on last week's video on Least Fen. There's probably a couple of others around. They marked to be sort of boundary of Boat Chief Abbey, as well as also the forts, but also a waymarker. Back then, people crossing these moors, they would have been quite supernatural, so they'd have been thinking of things like boggarts and all other weird things, plus the people who hang around here, nefarious types like the highwaymen. Again, another video I've done about Black Harry, he was a notorious one, so they would have been glad to see this cross. It would have given them, you know, a bit of sort of hope and allay some of the fears. I'm just going to get me a big camera out, because I don't know if you can see in the distance, that's clearly one of the tunnel ventilation shafts, but there's a load of smoke coming out of that, so I'll go and try and capture that now. Yeah, you can see Carl's Walk and Higator there in the distance. We're just going to come onto Whiteedge Moor here, down to Whiteedge and back down, so just over halfway around I think. The wind's picking up now, especially now again towards the edge here. We were a bit sheltered before, but we're a bit more exposed now. You can see all the likes of Kinder and that in the far distance. So yeah, the wind's going to howl a bit now. When I get to a sheltered place along the edge here, we'll stop for some food and have a little chat. Wow, what a view. Look at that. Over towards Win Hill, Bamford Edge, Hathersage. That might be Stanage Edge, not sure. No, I think that's Bamford Edge, yeah. Then you go over to Loose Hill, that'll be Hope Valley to the left, Kinder Scout in the background. This is like Abney down towards Ian, I think that's Sir William Hill Trig Point there. So fascinating. I'll get a couple of shots of that. I think this is the main Hathersage Road here, so that's a little house near the Fox House, I think, not sure 100%. Anyway, we'll take a couple of pictures and then we'll crack along the edge. I don't know if you can hear that, but that wind's really picking up now. I'm estimating we're getting towards more like 40 miles an hour now. We'll forecast about 80 till later on. I wouldn't be standing up if it was at 80. I think they say the limit's about 70. Well, you can see here, heading down Whiteedge now. I'll probably find a bit of shelter there to grab a brew and whatever. So a nice little circular walk that. Not too hard terrain wise, no real steep hills or anything. I think in total it's only about 625 foot of ascent or something like that. So, and they're nice sort of, you know, gentle hills and not a bit boggy underfoot, but you can't handle. The wind's more of a problem at the moment. We're now walking into it, so it's amazing how that can affect you and slow you down a bit. Like I said the other day when I kind of come across that bog, you know, the terrain and the weather, you know, you've got to take that into account when you work out your estimating your speeds and whatever. So it makes a huge difference. So anyway, crack on along here, probably catch up with you when we get over towards White Edge there. This is where we came up from the grouse here on the walk along Froggatt, Curb Bar and White Edges that time. That was a nice little walk. The wind's really picking up now. When I get to break, I'll get the wind meter out, see if I can get a mirror reading off it. Whether it's accurate or not, I'm a bit dubious, but anyway, we're going to head along here now. Crack along White Edge, but down there that's Froggatt Edge. Yeah, that's a nice little walk that was. Again, you go and check it out in my links. I'll put some links into it in the description or something like that. But anyway, for now, we'll crack on. On the map, this is the Hurkling Stone. I don't know, on Derwent Edge, which is over there in the distance, there's also the Hurkling Stones. Hurkling means crouching, so I guess you could say that is, looks like it is crouching, doesn't it? Anyway, we'll see if I can find somewhere down here, a bit sheltered. Edge now, just having a cup of coffee and see how windy it is. The camera nearly went there. Whoa. I'm going to get the wind meter out in a moment. That is proper blowy, but look at that bad boy. Cheese and pickled top pork pie. Be the champions, that mate. Whoa! Get a bit blowy now. Got some news for you. After 5 years, I finally proposed to my girlfriend and she said yes. So now I'm a Viking with a Vi Queen. Just a wedding to sort out now. So yeah, I did that at the quiz night at the George. You pull out a Lego piece out of the mug support hanging off the rafters. If you pick the right one out, you win the jackpot. So I colluded with the landlord John and yeah. I got called out, reached above a mug above her head, and then it was the ring. Really nice ring actually. Got it made by a local jewellers, platinum, but it's been laid in with blue John, as well as a couple of diamonds, so really apt living in the Peak District that. So that's made my weekend. It was her birthday yesterday, and we went to the Pack Horse in Hayfield, Michelin recommended restaurant, really recommend going there. The food was bob on. You know, you pay for it, but it was absolutely fantastic food. Anyway, put his clothes off, I'll catch up with you in a bit. Well, just did a bit of a wind test. I wasn't far off, I want to say between 30 and 40. 35 mile an hour gusts. And it's averaging around 20 without that. but the gusts are getting up to about 35. You can see curb bar edge down there now. Didn't stay too long because I'll seize up. So yeah, a long white edge now to the Trig and drop down, I think past the cairn, and I'll take some more wind speeds when we get a bit further along. I feel like it even more now, to be honest with you. So whoa, yeah, that's getting really gusty now. That must be touching 40 mile an hour now, I reckon. So starting to gather momentum, isn't it, Miss whatever it is, Isha, is it? Yeah, Isha. I shall get on the move. Even when it's not gusting, it's about 25-ish, 27 mile an hour. But these gusts are probably touching 40, like I said. See the Trig point in the distance, but you can probably hear the wind. I don't know if you can hear me okay, but it's starting to blow me around a little bit, which is all good fun. Listen to that flap. But I'll tell you what, the good thing is I've hardly seen anybody. I've only seen about 5 people all day. Doesn't look like there's many even on curb bar, to be honest, over there in the distance. But we'll continue down here. I'll probably get hold of you when I get to the Trig. There we are, white edge Trig. Rain's coming in now, so it's going to get quite horrific now. So I've got to pop back down there to the car now. So I'm going to carry along here and just get back there fairly quickly, I think. Since that rain is really going to, quite a bit keen with this wind behind it. A bit like riding my bike in the rain. So I have an open face helmet, so I don't wear full face helmets. Anyway, without further ado, we'll crack on down here. There's a bit of sleet in that. Whoa! Yeah, that's really coming in now. Let's get out of here. Even that's rocking a bit there. We're going to head down here now on this path. The car is just over there, so probably about, I don't know, half a mile, 3/4 of a mile. But yeah, we're going to head down there now and get back. Gusting about plus 35 up there, could be more than that even. So what my wind meter says. So we go along here now. I think there is a cairn and a pigsty over off to the left here, but today I think I've had enough now. A really nice walk. We've seen the main things, which is the 3 Bronze Age stone circles, 4,000 years old. Really does make you wonder what they got up to up here then, doesn't it? The way they lived and that. Jesus, it was really blowing me around that. I think it's worse because I've got a rucksack on my back. But yeah, it's a bit boggy through here, but we follow it down. You can see the path there, straight down to the bridge, and then over to the car. Then get home before this wind really picks up. So like I said earlier, it's forecast 60, maybe even up to 80 mile an hour later. That's tree down territory normally and power cuts. So make sure I've got plenty of candles and my head torches charged up at home, because we normally do get a power cut if there's a bit of wind. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to carry on down this track here. I'll probably catch up with you now, unless I see anything really interesting, back at the car for the outroad. One thing I'm glad, I picked up a pair of new gaiters today from the old barn in Castleton. So looking at this bog fest, quite glad I did. Plus they keep your legs a bit warmer as well. Okay, I took a photo, group of hinds there, all watching me, and they perked up when that dog came belting over and barked. But yeah, just hinds there. We saw the stags earlier, a bit further up that way, so I don't know, if they separate hard at different times of the year or not, I don't know. Instead of keeping a very close eye on me, must be a good dozen of them there. But yeah, you know what? That dog came running up to you barking like mad. Just keep the fucker on a lead, mate. You can see some deer over there. What happened if I'd gone and run over there? Look, I'm a bit calmer these days. If it was, I'd give it a right good hoof in the nuts. Anyway, car's there, not far to go there. Not only a stupid dog, which has just left this fucking gate open. Anyway, back down here now. I'm going to come back this way in the car because there's a lot of lights on in Baslow. I don't really fancy going back that way. So get to the car and spin it around in this junction, I think. Boom. Look at all the rubbish. Disgusting, mate. Disgusting. You know why we put that up? To be the fucking volunteers. See it all just going into the distance. Absolutely disgusting. People are parked up here or just thrown it out the windows. No other answer to it. You tramps. You fucking tramps. Oh, well, that's just under 8 miles. That about 650 odd foot of ascent. But we caught in the 3 Bronze Age stone circles. They were really good. And the one built into the wall, that was quite cool. There were some really beautiful spots. Saw a couple of cairns as well. Then we got across to the medieval cross Waymarker at Ladies Cross. That was really good again. And a nice bracing walk is the best way I can describe it, along White Edge. The wind's starting to pick up now to sort of high 30s. Probably even getting towards 40 mile an hour now. I was getting buffeted about quite a bit. We saw some deer, so I thought I saw quite a few stags and then a group of hinds. Bumped into some bellend who couldn't control the dog very well. But other than that, yeah, cracking little walk that. Not too bad either. A bit of road walking in a couple of places, but not a lot. So yeah, really enjoyed that. It was quiet. So I put a link up to some of the other walks on the ancient history bits that I do. So I put a link to the play group at the end. So anyway, on that note, carry on hiking, have a good one. I'll catch you in the next one. I'm going to be out for a couple of weeks soon, but I'll be doing some videos on other topics which I've already posted on the Facebook group, so have a look there on the Facebook page and group, because I've asked people to give me ideas, or even comment below on here any topics you might want me to do films on that I can do from inside the house. But anyway, based on all of that, I'm going to head off home now before the winds pick up any more and start bringing trees down and all the other malarkey that goes off around these parts, and I'll catch you soon.